Good afternoon, student of the course 4006. As I was saying this morning, sometime the information that you get is in a form of a graph, but it's an image. And you can go to the internet, Google Chrome, and guess many data that looks like this. If you are doing, for example, an investigation or research, what would you do if you get data like this, right? And you need to get the area under the curve, and it's just an image. Like for example, cases here where for diabetic, they are comparing like if you are normal versus when you are in a precondition and when there's a problem. So like for example, you would like to get the area under the curve for this kind of data. How would you do that, right? So that's the idea. For example, like this one, here they are comparing two type of diets. Like for example, one that is high carb, you get this data. Your glucose level kind of increase it very quickly, versus if you have a low carb but a high fat diet, which stay pretty much normal through the minutes here after eating. So this type of data, which is an image, you have to somehow generate the x and y of each point. Like for later, just if you want to, for example, do the area under the curve, if you have that table, it's going to be very straightforward. But you have to have the table. Now, you can certainly do the table by hand, like for example, this point here at time 0, I can see that this point is about 90, and then what would be this time? I mean, what would be this time here? It's going to be hard because I know that it's close to 126, but it's not 126. So it gets harder and harder just to get that information, you know. Uh, so there must be a better way to do that, and definitely it is. Like for example, you can use one of these, like a graph digitizer, so that you can get the x and y. If I use this software, it's kind of nice because this software, for example, let me do a demonstration here. Let's see. First of all, let me get you, like for example, I'm here in PowerPoint. Let me go back. You can, like for example, let's stack curve. How about this one? What you have to do is like copy that graph, right? That image, because it's an image. Control copy, and then go to your PowerPoint. Like for example, I have this one here. Let's say this is new, and put it there. And now I have that image there. I save it. When you save it, it's very important that you save that image, I mean 4006, not as a PNG, but save it as a JPEG, like this. Save it. I have that already saved there. Just save that one, and let's call that one, I don't know, let's call that one AUC2. AUC2. Save. Good. So I have, so in other words, the what you have to do is get the image that you want to analyze, save it as a JPEG type of image. Now launch your software, uh, the one that will do the digitizing process, and now go to, for example, file, open image, and search for it. So I was playing around with it a few minutes ago. So I have two images here. Let's pull this one. You see JPEG, and open. Now I have the image there. You want to centralize that image. Go to let's see, operation, and set let's see, fit to window, and that will do. I can increase it. It's a little too small. There we go. And let's say that we want to, get the x and y of this green curve. So the first thing that you need to do is just put your axis and the scale of the axis. Like for example, it's calling for x min, meaning that I have to step right here and 0. Yeah, that's okay. Now how about this one right here? Right in the middle, that will be A, number A. say it okay, X max. Now it's asking for uh, Y minimum, and that's right here, and that's 0, that's okay. And now it's asking for the maximum, so you step right there and they put the 400. All right, so hit OK, and you can see that you have the access right there, 0 to 8 hours from here to here, and you also have from 0 to 400 the milligram per deciliter sugar level. That will do. The next things that you have to do, you want to trace the green line. Notice one thing, that this green line or the red or the blue doesn't have really points on it, so it might have it, but they are gone. So that's potentially, I will explain later with another one what I mean in a second. But so the next part is just grab the points. So to grab the point, pick this one here, and now you are ready to let's see, you step here, point capture mode. So now the first point will be here. uh, if you mess with it, you can delete it. Like for example, that's pretty good scale, 0.02178. Perfect. So you can keep going. Like for example, try, you can put as many points as you can. You can increase that. If it's too small, increase it a little bit more so that you can have a good detail of what you're doing. What you don't want to do is going like in time, going back. You want that this time go increasing, and that's perfect, because then we will have to, at one point in time, we have to get the area under the curve, and we want to ensure that the time is moving forward all the time. You see, so you keep, that's not good. I missed that curve there. So what you could do is delete that point, step on it, and then going back, pick the tool that you need, and add few more points, so you get that, you trace that better. Keep tracing it. That look good. Even better. Keep tracing. Always check that the time is moving forward. With this data, there's no big deal because it's easy to do that. I'm using the mouse. And finally, the last point, more or less here. Well, I got that. A lot better than doing all this by hand. The next part that you have to do, you can copy that data file, copy data to buffer. You can export the data or copy the data. For me, since I'm going to Excel, I rather copy the data with a buffer with this. So the data is copied. Now launch your Excel and put it anywhere here. Paste text, and there we go. You have the two columns. They look kind of ugly because it's there just in scientific notation. Maybe you want to pick this and change from general to number, and that's a lot better. This is actually 0. You can fix it if you feel like it, and that's it. Now if you want to plot this, you can plot it, and let's do that. Insert how about, it's gonna be like this. It's gonna be that one. So select data, and now add, and my X will be this one down to here, and my Y value, which is the concentration, will be from here down to here, and say OK. And that's your data, nice and easy, no big deal. The next thing that you want is the area under the curve. So for the AUC, it will be as simple as using the trapezoidal rule basically, but you will be adding each one of them. Like for example, get the average of the high, that divided by 2 by the difference in time, which will be this one minus this one, and you got the first one there. Now we drag that up to the bottom, and now we sum all of them equal the sum, and from here to here, and that's it. That's the area. That's the AUC. If you want to know the average concentration for all this time for the 6.55 hours, so the average concentration, you can get it from here. You can say that the concentration, the average sugar level concentration, let's put the average here, the word average, will be this number by divided by the time here, which was hours, divided by this, and stay about 294, 294 somewhere here. So according to right medical data, that's a very high level, very high sugar level. So it has to be less than 150 if you have a condition, but definitely you are looking to be less than 120. This number really is a problem. Uh, in fact, as you remember, I pulled that data. Let's see. Let's go back to my presentation. I pulled that data from here, which is a diabetic case right here. If you pick the red one, maybe it's going to be a lot lower, the area under the curve. You can certainly do that. But I mean, the idea is what I have shown you, that you need to pick the points so you can get the X and Y. Let's do one that, let's see, how about this one? This one, as you can see, there's the point here. Now, this is a lot, you see, as long as this point is not going back, yeah, it's going forward. This point is very important, right? Because it shouldn't go back. Everything look good. Yep, no problem. Here is the little bit, have to be careful here, that there's a point here, and somehow this might do something weird here. You gotta go forward. So this point is actually between this point and this point. This line is kind of it's not right. So it should be, or this curve, it should be like this, a straight line, right? In other words, the connection between this point should be straight line. I mean, this come from, I don't know, from here, from this reference. But again, there should be straight line. Let's say that we want to do this one. Uh, so if we want to do that one, let's go back here. Let's close this. No, I don't want to save anything. I want to do open image. I want to do that one, open. Let's do now. Let's do fit to window. There we go. Now, as always, you can increase it a little bit more just to ensure that you get, oops, too much. There we go. That you get the 360 right here, and that you get the 72 and the 180 right. So hit here, and now you can see that there's a set X mean, meaning that I need to step right here, and that's 0. Good. How about here? And that's 360. How about now is looking for the value of y mean, meaning step here as best you can, and that would be, it's not 0, it's 72. That's what I got on the image. Now the maximum is easy, that would be 180. Now I have the data here. If I screw it up, I can fix it. 0, 350, yeah. Actually 0, it's 360, you see, 360, fix that, 360. And 72 to 180, 72 to 180. Now we are talking. Okay. And check that the point is where it's supposed to be. You see those points? Good. So we got everything set. If there is something funny, you can always check your data. Now, what I was saying is, now let's capture this data. Capture. Now, if you want to capture, what I was saying is start clicking perhaps on the dots, because that's actually what you want. You can start picking in all of them, But I will say the truth of the matter is that is the dot the real data. Anything else here, those curve, I doubt it where they come from. So it's more to make the data looks better, but don't trust it. Go for the dots, which is the actual measurements. So put the dot where it's supposed to be. Now check the data as it's coming along to ensure that the time is not going backward. And particularly, I will say here, it's kind of strange. Now check the other one. Let's see. There we go. It's moving forward from 43 to 46. That would be hard, very hard to do that by hand. Just to pick what's the number here and the other number here. So I rather, this is great software to do that. You see? And how about this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one? hmm It's easy. You go here. I got the dot. I just click on them to ensure that the data is captured. Take a few minutes with the mouse. All right, almost done. hmm There we go. I think that I got all the points that I want. Let's see, 309. Actually, I think that I have more points. Let's see if I can see them. There we go. 346. Yeah, 346 makes sense. Almost 350. Yeah, 88. Yeah, 90. See? Makes a lot of sense. I got pretty much the data. What should I do with it? Just copy. Always copy. Now go to your Excel. I put that one there. Actually, can put the other one here. And let's see. Paste. Now you want to change this. That looks better. Number. And you want to do AUC, or you want to plot that graph. Actually, let's plot the graph here. Now that we are into it, let's see what would be. You can when you have the X and Y. I mean, you can do everything that you typically do within Excel. Select data, and now let's add here, and X will come from here, and Y will come from here. Let's see if that will make sense. Well, actually, I will not do so, because I think that this is minutes. This is minute. Unless I've changed this. Let me stop. I thought to put both together, but it will look funny. Cancel, because cancel, because this data is in hours and this is minutes. So let's do a new one for it. Just for the. I rather looks like added myself. Insert, and it will be this. So select data. Add X will be this. Again, I didn't put both together because one it was minute, the other was hours. There, either you convert one into other, but that's not the point. I mean, what I'm trying to say is, hey, let's do area under the curve. How can I take this image and make and try to get the X and Y? That's the important part of it. And this is the Y. And okay, so this is the funny part that was shown there. In fact, now it looks a lot better, because basically now the area under the curve for this, if I'm interested in that, is as simple again as getting the area of one of these divided by 2, so the average height between this point. I believe that this is the other point, the average of those 2 points, and multiplied by the distance covered here, and that distance will be the difference in time between this one and this one. Now drag that along You hit it here, and now do the sum. Let's do the sum here. I can write it here. IOC is gonna be the sum of all that up to here. Now, now that you got that number, the next part is just to get the average concentration. The C average for this case is going to be this number divided by the time, maximum time, which is this one. From 0 to that, that's, that would be that number, 346. So 112. 112. So that's the average concentration that the level of glucose during that time. So let's see, anything else? How about installing the software? For installation of the software, let's see. This is what we need to do. Get this, get data-graph-digitizer.com, download, and so let's do that in live. I think that I have the page is already open right here. Yep, right there. See? Now, when you get there, let's hit it again. So you start the download process here. Let's do it. And the next thing is open them up. It's already 2 because I already have a 1, right? So get this, just say yes, and next. And now I accept this. This has some, let's see, 21 days test period. I'm not sure what happened after 21 days, but that will be around July. So you are good to use this software for a while, and that's good. And so accept the agreement, yes. Now see, yes, I will say yes. I will not change that. Continue, set out the will create program shortcut. I will say yes. And now if I hit next here, it will install it, but I already have it, so cancel. I'm bailing out from here, yes. So because I already installed it, that's as easy as it can get. You can get all the images or graph images from anything. Like for example, this is what I did. Just put glucose blood level. If you like, whatever you see, you can do the X and Y using this software. I mean, there's something that you wanna really take a look at it. Like for example, I opened that one, and here is micro concentration, micro unit per ml of something, and here is a graph, and here's the time, the clock time. If I want the area under this curve, I can do it. I can check as well these error bars, so I can have all the information basically like somebody handled to me the table. And so very straightforward to do AUC, as long as you can get the curve, right? The image from anything like this one. That would be hard. Too much information there. You need to look at what that really means. And this is millimoles per liter. It's a different unit. And so forth. Here you got the breakfast, how you pick. Here you had your lunch, again got your pick. Here you got your dinner, got a pick. And then coming down, here is one insulin blood level, and the other is the glucose blood level. All right, so that's kind of a follow-up, kind of neat. Just you need to understand, to get the AUC of this type of data and the average concentration of something. So again, how about this one? This is kind of interesting. Let's see, what is this? It's kind of hard. I cannot see. Maybe eventually we'll fix full fat versus low fat. I see the curve. I see barely the numbers. Sometimes it's as bad as that. How about this one? Oh, this looks better. Blood sugar trend after eating a Snicker bar. if you want to study this, here are the points. Here are the points, and you pull the points, you know, as I told you, just copy image, and now you go to your favorite, like Paint. Let's say File New, put it there, and when it's there, then you want to save it. When you save it as I don't know. I'm gonna save it here as a AUC3 area under the curve, and then do here change JPEG. That's the important part, because this software look for files with this with these extensions. AUC3, that will do. Save it. Now go to your here. Let's say new. Close this one. Yes. Actually, now cancel. I would say close, no, and open image. AUC3. This one. It's right there, and well, that's you get the story. Straightforward to get the AUC. Wow, your blood level, I mean, your blood sugar level went skyrocket to above 180, 150, according to the doctors, 150. You should not, try to avoid to get above 150. Well, that's what I've been told. And so your blood sugar level should be somewhere here, maybe, and when you are early in the morning, should be a little bit below 100, like about between 80 and 100. Anyway, that's it. Get this number here, get this with this, set those like this, that's 0, this, that's 70. Now set this to 80, and set this to 200, and you are done. That's basically it. 0 70, 0 70, 80, 200. Yes, that's good. Now set capture, and now you start actually looking for the point. That's all what you really want, because these are the true data. Maybe here it did that. I would not try to do that. You see, I don't trust this curve here. It's just to make this look better, but the truth of the matter is this is the point and this is the point. This here is just, I don't know, it's just extra. It really is not worth it. I will not do that. I look for the actual points. End of the data. That's it. I got my points. The next part is just copy them, as always. File, copy data to buffer. Now that I'm here, I export data. Export the data to Excel, but I cannot test that, and I don't like it because the data get in a lock, so you cannot do anything with it. Then you have to copy the data from Excel itself and then put it in a new file just so you can do something with it. So for me, it's more than enough the copy data to buffer. And now go to your Excel, and let's put it somewhere here in a new, and then paste it there, and you have the data, which is in perhaps this format. You don't like it, you want to change it to number, and that looks a lot better. That's basically it. More than enough. As I always said, be safe, whatever is your final destination. Thank you for watching. Bye.